A study shows that the average number of words a woman speaks each day is 5,000, while the figure drops to 2,000 when it comes to males. Well, the new Mercedes-Maybach S-Class is pretty difficult to describe, given the fact that its press release has almost the combined number of words the two sexes speak daily, namely around 6,500. Nonetheless, the actual description of the car is a bit simpler than that. What Mercedes did with this launch, which is taking place almost simultaneously at the Guangzhou and the La Motor Show, was to cut the losses of the Maybach name. As many of you know, the Double M brand was initially resurrected back in 2002, but instead of giving it its own identity like BMW does with Rolls-Royce or VW does with Bentley, Mercedes-Benz released a pair of Maybach vehicles that were nothing more than reskinned S-Class models. It's amazing that this scheme lasted for about 1 decade, so now at least the Germans are honest about the fact that Maybach is only a form of lavish in-house tuning for their flagship. In fact, the badging on the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class tells the story pretty well. Notice the 3-pointed star still adorns the radiator grille, while the Maybach logo is only present on the C-pillar and the rear of the sedan. The extension task. The Mercedes-Maybach S-Class is 207 mm, 8.1 inches, longer than the S-Class, long wheelbase, which is the standard model in the US. Out of this, 200 mm, 7.9 inches, have went into the wheelbase. Turning to the Rolls-Royce and Bentley comparison once again, we'll mention the Maybach S-Class is about 150 mm, 6 inches, longer than the Mulsanne, while the wheelbase beats that of the Crew model by around 100 mm, 4 inches. As for Goodwood, the German finds itself in between the Ghost and the Phantom. Unlike its British competitors, Mercedes-Maybach, yes, it's a sub-brand now, allows you to choose between 2 power flavors, namely the V8 S500, 455 HP, or the V12 S600, 530 HP. The difference is all in the feel, as both sprint from 0 to 62 mph in 5 seconds flat and top out at 155 mph, 250 km per hour. The cabin. As expected, the greatest transformation has taken place inside the vehicle. For one thing, the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class takes the title of the quietest car in the world from the S-Class Coupe. Despite the longer wheelbase, the rear doors are in fact 66 mm, 2.6 inches, shorter, all in the effort to offer maximum privacy and quietness in the rear, while keeping the body ultra-rigid. And yes, the triangular window now sits on the C-pillar. As with the standard S-Class, you can have multiple seating packages, but, not matter what you do, you'll get 76 mm, 3 inches, of extra legroom for the right side rear seat. The materials used to adorn the cabin of the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class are as lavish as possible, with the automaker insisting on the manufacture character of the interior. The list of exclusive features includes trim parts in wood/chrome and leather at shoulder height in the door panels, chrome-plated tweeter grills, as well as fiber optic cables for the ambience lighting placed on the side on the armrest. Apart from this, the range top offers many of the S-Class optional features as standard. Fret not, individualization fans, this is one of the car's assets. Among the exclusive optionals, we find silver-plated handcrafted champagne flutes, as well as a new agar wood perfume for the Air Balance interior fragrance system. As for the oral part of the experience, there's a Burmester system that comes with voice amplification. Communication to your chauffeur is key here, and tweeters that can be orientated towards the rear passenger. Just in case the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class is not long enough for you, don't worry. There's a Pullman version coming.